Hey everyone, welcome back to the Overline Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Sherman. Today I'm here with a special guest, Ryder Dobbs. Ryder, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so obviously my name is Ryder. I'm a senior here at Blanchard. I play football, I wrestle. I'm the left guard, and I play nose guard on the football team.
Sweet, yeah. Ryder's big key factor on our football team. He's down in the trenches doing the dirty work that no one really recognizes, gets credit for, but guys who understand the game, they get it. And so that's why, if you know, Ryder is a big part of our team, big part of success. He keeps the offensive line pushing, helps out Cook, so we can get the offense rolling. So, Ryder, we're going to talk a little football today.
All right.
So this past weekend, we had some good college games, good pro games. Sure. First, obviously the biggest game, OU beat by Oklahoma State, fourth quarter, 27-24. Great game by both teams. Horrible officiating, both sides, not just for OU, OSU too. It's okay. OSU too. I mean, like, I was reading a tweet yesterday by Barry Trammell, and he said in the first quarter there was 5 missed holding calls for OU and 6 for OSU.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, there's a very controversial call that was not made on Drake Stoops that very well could have changed the game for sure if it was called.
Absolutely, that was a huge call missed, and people were saying that he stepped out of bounds, and so that's why it wasn't called. Actually, if you go back and watch the tape and read the rule book, he was forced out of bounds by his defender, so that means as long as he comes back in and establishes himself, he is still an open receiver or eligible receiver, and so actually that should have still been pass interference because he was forced out of.
Yeah, that dude was all over him. Should have been called.
It was bad. But you know what? You can't make excuses. Offense was not moving the ball at all very well in the second half. Real sketchy. I didn't really like the fourth down call. Whenever we got it, you gotta have a first down or the ball game's over.
Right.
And we want to run flood to the boundary. Right. I don't really like that call. But you know what? That's why Levy's up there at Oklahoma D1 doing the offensive coach coordinating and not us. So I guess he may have seen something we didn't, but that's all right.
OSU just came out and
it was their day. But you know what?
Day.
You know what? 90 wins to 20 wins. Yeah. I'll still take those odds in Bedlam. I'm sad.
OSU is gonna say they're the everlasting Bedlam champs.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's sad to see Bedlam ending. It sucks that our athletic directors can't come together and find a way to keep it going.
See, I have a feeling that somewhere down the road there's going to be we're going to be bringing it back.
Honestly, I saw a thing that OU and Oklahoma State may end up meeting in a bowl game this year.
I heard that.
So we may get to run it back one more time this year, but either way, I think both teams were really good this year. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma State started out slow, and now they're really coming along. They got their quarterback room figured out.
Yep.
Oklahoma, opposite. They started out strong. They were beating up on everyone, beat up on Texas. Then we fall to Kansas, and then we get beat by Oklahoma State. It's just
we took that loss to Kansas.
Weeks.
Kind of took our momentum away.
Absolutely. So. It kind of deflated our ego a little bit, no doubt.
We need to have a bounce-back week for sure.
Absolutely. And then another great game this weekend, Washington beats USC.
Oh yeah, that was a
great game. I mean, that was a great game. I watched that game. Caleb Williams takes the loss.
Yep.
He had a good game. He had an alright game. Yeah. But as you see after the game, he's in the stands crying with his mom.
Him and his mom had a little moment.
I've seen a lot of different takes on that. I've seen people call him soft. I've seen people say that's real emotion and passion for the game. I've seen people say he's a crybaby. He cares about. Well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you? I don't really know.
Personally, myself, I wouldn't do that. But I'm not throwing any shade to the guy. Like,
no,
that's his mother. Like,
obviously,
you guys talked about that's fine.
I agree with you. I think there's a time and place for that.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the fact that the dude cares and is so passionate about the game. He's obviously upset because he wants to win and do something for his family.
Yep.
And so he's up there with his mom. He's upset, but there's also I feel like he's getting a little bit too much hate. But also you don't do that on the field.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on national television. Like,
exactly. There's cameras on. There's cameras on, and so I think there's a time and place for that. But there's also that shows he has a lot of passion for the game.
Yeah, for sure.
And so But I don't know. It's controversial.
Either way.
No doubt.
Yeah, either way.
But good college games. I think the standings are going to get shaken up a little bit this week.
Sure.
Clemson with the upset over Notre Dame. Oh, my God. That was crazy. At Clemson, Clemson storms the field. Notre Dame goes down. Sam Hartman and the Fighting Irish did not have a very good day.
It's crazy.
And I honestly thought they were playoff contenders.
Yeah,
before this loss, but I don't know now. There's no telling where they'll end up.
They've been making little mistakes, like several weeks ago to Ohio State when they had 10 men on the field.
Yeah,
that was
you
can't happen.
You can't let that happen. But don't get me wrong, they're still a great team. They just got some things to work out.
Yeah.
And you hate to see it for Sam Hartman because he's a great quarterback, great leader. But it's just little things like that you can't. And don't get me wrong, Clemson is a crazy atmosphere.
Yeah,
you're down there. Those Tiger fans, they're crazy now. But all right, we'll move on.
One thing I would like to say, these field storms, they're getting crazy out of hand.
Oh, they are getting wild.
They're tearing these goalposts apart.
No kidding. You got one in Kansas.
Yep.
You can't. The greatest one I can think of in the past couple of years is Tennessee and Alabama when they threw it in the river. Yeah. That's got to be top.
That's kind of what set it all off. Like,
absolutely.
To let people know.
That kind of got people back doing it again because it used to be a thing back in the day.
Right.
But now this past weekend, Oklahoma State, they beat OU. They rushed the field, throw the goalpost in the pond. They took it through the Wendy's drive-thru.
It's crazy.
I saw that on social media.
I seen like a Twitter post. I don't know if it was real or not, but there's a picture of the piece of the goalpost in the police station this morning.
That's great.
Yeah.
But hey, that's college football for you. There's nothing like it. It's like high school football and college football. There's nothing like those two sports in the world, and that's what makes them so great. But no doubt.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we'll move on a little bit. We'll talk some Blanchard Lion football. The biggest thing going on right now in town. Lions are 10-1, 9-1, 9-1, looking to be 10-1 this Friday night.
Yes, sir.
We are hosting the Cash Bulldogs, first round of playoffs.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about how you felt coming off the regular season. We're moving into week 1 of playoffs. What are your kind of thoughts going in, finishing up the regular season?
Finishing up the regular season, I think we had a solid season for sure. I mean, there's nothing. I know we had maybe some shaky starts, but I mean, we had a solid season, 9-1. That's a dang good record. Beat some dang good football teams.
No doubt.
I think we got good momentum rolling into Cash, and as long as we got out there and do our job, then it shouldn't be a problem for us.
That's right. I mean, y'all had a great season. We started out hot against Noble.
Yeah, for sure.
And then run into a little bit of a hitch against Piedmont.
Took a tough loss against Piedmont.
Piedmont's a great team.
Good team.
They were ahead 24-10 on Carl Albert at half this past Friday night.
Yep.
I mean, they're a great football team. So the fact that we played that close of a game with them shows a lot.
Yep, for sure.
So that has to say something. I mean, 14-7.
Yep.
And they put up 24 points on Carl Albert as numbers on numbers of Division I athletes. I mean, that says something.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you're right. We storm roll through district. We just put a whipping on everyone, keep on playing. We finished off the right way against Tecumseh this past Friday night. I thought we started off a little slow.
Yeah.
But I feel like we handled business in the second half, got the job done, got out of there, got the win. And now here we go. We're moving on to Cash at home. Great. They're a good team. They're scrappy. I have some friends from down there. Their starting quarterback was one of my close friends, Camden Hance. He's a great player. He's had to come in the past week, coming off their starting quarterback's injury.
Yep.
But he's a good little player. Don't get me wrong. They're not a horrible team, but I think we should handle business and move on to the next round. But we can't You're in the playoffs now. You can't overlook anyone.
Anything
can happen.
So
it's one and done now.
Yep, one and done.
Win and lose, go home.
Yep. Win to advance. So we're definitely not overlooking anybody. Like we're taking everything serious. But we know if we go out there and execute, do our stuff, do what we do, it shouldn't be a problem for us.
Yeah, should handle business easily. I agree. I think we should get through with this week easy and move on next week.
Yep.
I think what we really have to look at is down the line.
Yes,
on your side of the playoffs, you have Cushing and Salisaw, and then Podo and Newcastle.
Right.
And
Wagner Tuttle.
And then on the other side, you have Wagner Tuttle.
Yep.
Ada Ulaga. Clinton, Bethany.
Yep.
And then Am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one.
Might be missing one. I'm not sure.
But
it's gonna be a tough playoff run.
Either side you're on, you got some great teams. Yeah. Ada's loaded. Clinton's loaded. We know that Tuttle's a good team.
Yeah, for sure. Tuttle's good.
But you know what the best game might be is Tuttle Weatherford. Weatherford's a solid team.
Weatherford's not bad.
They're still good. And Tuttle does not have very much offensive success against good teams with good defenses. And we saw that here at Blanchard against them.
Weatherford, for sure. Last year, we beat them by 2 points in the first round of playoffs. They came back even stronger this year. So, I mean, anything can happen for sure.
Yeah. Also on our side, Poto has Miami first round, but that should be easy for them. Yeah. You have Elk City and Newcastle. Elk City's a good team. Yeah. They play smash mouth football. Yep. They're gonna come at you and make plays. But I think the most.
I don't think they're solid as they were last year, but they're still definitely.
They're still good, but I think what we have to focus on is getting through cash, handling business, and then we'll have the winner of Cushing and Sallisaw. Yep. I think Cushing at home, for us at least, if they win, will be a game changer because the past 2 years we've been at Cushing, right, and we've had some problems. We've played close games. We just can't. We haven't got a win yet. Yep. But we got them at home this year.
At home, the guys, we know it's got to happen. Mm-hmm. Everyone, we got embarrassed last year, so it's not gonna be something to take lightly this year.
I think this has to be a personal statement for us as a team.
For sure.
To make a hey, we're here.
Yeah, we got to put our foot down.
Yeah, we're older now. We're more mature. We've reloaded. Yep. We're coming back. You've lost some guys. We're not taking that no more. Nope. And so I think that's gonna be big. Moving into this next week after we handle business with cash. Yep. And so, heading into this week, what is your weekly basis? How do you get prepared on a weekly basis heading into Friday night?
Man, I just like to chill. Like go to practice, do my own stuff, hang out with friends. I don't overthink anything. I never do. Like I just look at it as another game. That's how I prepare. Just keep a cool mindset. Don't overthink anything too crazy, you know.
Just do your job.
Just do what I do best, you know what I'm saying? I know how good I am, so go out there and just do
it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, you're just doing your thing, playing with your guys, not worrying about what they got. And I've had a coach tell me before, it doesn't matter who you're playing. It's you versus you every snap, every play, no matter what sport you're in. Absolutely. It's you versus you. So I think that's that's a great way to get prepared for a game, just kind of do my thing. Mm-hmm. We're going to get the job done. So, what are your thoughts heading into cash? I mean, man, what do we got? What do we got? We think we got to handle business?
I think we're going to handle business.
I like that.
This team's ready for it. Mm-hmm. We know it's got to be done.
Yeah.
Playing's over. Preparation's over. We've prepped all the way up to this moment. We've prepped for this. Mm-hmm. We knew that we were going to be a solid team this year. Now it's just time to execute that, you know. We knew we were going to beat some teams in district, and we ended up making a dang good run, beating all of our actual district games. Mm-hmm. And so now it's just time to show up and show people what we're about. Yeah,
I can't agree more. You said it perfectly. That's what I would have said. So can we let's talk? What are your switch from football here? Let's relax a little bit. Talk about you. What are your favorite hobbies to do on the weekend when you're not in school?
When I'm not in school. During hunting season, I'm obviously going to be duck hunting or deer hunting or something like that. Mm-hmm. Or fishing. I love to fish. Yeah. And just anything, hang out with my buddies. I can go do anything with my buddies and be fine.
I agree with that, yeah. So here in a small town, there's not much to do. If you're not with your friends, you better be hunting or fishing.
Yeah, for sure.
So that sounds about right. Yeah. Man, well, let's get a score prediction for Friday night.
Shoot, I'm going to go with I'm going to probably say 40-12.
40-12? All right. 40-12. I assume Blanchard Lions.
Yeah, Blanchard Lions.
That better be what I hear out of your mouth.
Yep.
All right. I look forward to seeing y'all ball out Friday night.
Sure.
Got a big game. Let's handle business. Get on the second round, man. We got some business to handle in the playoffs this year. I think a little bit of a personal statement for us as a team. So I think we should do some damage. Yep. But first, we're gonna handle business against Cash. Your Lions are home this Friday night against the Cash Bulldogs, 7 p.m. kickoff, first round of playoffs. Come out and support. Big game for them. We get to host 2 home games for playoffs this year. That's big. Winning districts, that's a big time for a team. So come out and support this Friday night. get the win, come out and support next Friday night. The theme this week for the student section is cops and robbers. So come out, get your gear on. It might be a little chilly, so bring some blankets and sweaters. Stay warm. We'll hope to see you there. And thanks for watching this week. I'll see you next week.